Welcome back to Bros in a Landfill. Our New Year's resolution was to stop doing this show.
Wait, wasn't that our New Year's resolution like 2 years ago?
The
Yeah,
New
but you
Year's
know how
resolutions
people
are
have the
often
same
like
New
that.
Year's
man.
resolution every year.
Yeah, see, Bros in a Landfill is kind of like a cockroach. You step on it, you like spray pesticides on it, like you drop a nuclear bomb on it, it just won't die. Like no one's paying attention. We got like a few people watching us,
to die.
and it's like, but like Bros in a Landfill just refuses to die. Like, what's wrong? I mean, 2020 like was
Well,
the
we
year
don't
of
have
the
any
pandemic.
detractors, first off.
You can't die without any controversy. Lunch, get on it. Start up some controversy or something. Get us like in a fight with a big YouTuber. Like get in a fight with
No,
Joe guy
guys,
or
guys,
something.
guys. I got this. Dance,
Okay.
monkey boy.
Dance, monkey boy.
I'm not gonna do that. Leave me alone.
Get us to 100 subscribers to see Lunch dance all the monkey dances.
But anyways,
That's a real
2020
goal.
sure happened.
Yeah, dude. Like, I can't believe we got through that without like a nuclear war or like a meteorite or something hitting us.
With all the
Like-
fucking murder hornets.
Murder hornets, Plague Inc. just like becoming
World
IRL.
War III. Like 2 continents got set on fire.
Yeah.
It's like-
Jesus. I
But,
like.
whoever.
I wonder what they left for the sequel.
Well, don't you see like that was like the third act, so now we're in the fourth act of humanity, and this is like where we ascend to like a higher being.
There's a fourth act.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
we're
like-
in a 5-act
yeah.
structure right now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But like now we're like on the hero's journey, like we're starting to like recover, rebuild ourselves, strength, so we can go fight the big bad at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, we're gonna fight the Galactic Federation wherever they
Yeah,
are.
we're like the pandemic was necessary for us to be able to achieve space travel.
Right.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna save that quote of yours, and we're gonna bring it back in a year and look like geniuses.
Yes. So, I mean, every year, I think it's very, very important to be able to come back and say, "Hey, cool shit happened last year," but 2020 happened, and I think some cool shit happened. What do you guys think?
What do you think is the cool shit that happened to Trybien?
I mean, we pogged out while watching you beat window frames.
True.
I don't know any like single like better like thing to celebrate over like the past year than like all of the monkey ball like stages you've beaten. Like beating monkey ball guided was amazing. Like I still
just
remember
regret
like
that I couldn't do it on camera
I know.
because
But, like,
and
the
now
fact that-
people are gonna think I'm a fucking fraud.
I mean, you're on Bros in a Landfill. You practically are one.
just
True.
the imagination of just people like walking around the streets in like countries all over the world being like, man, Trybien's a monkey bitch fraud. Trybien's a fake monkey. He didn't do it.
It's so true.
I'm glad
I can't
Trybien
deny-
is the one who's the monkey bitch fraud here.
I'm the one who was like the organizer of this podcast. So if anybody has to take the responsibility, it's me.
I
True.
completely said that by accident, but that's really funny. Anyway.
Yeah. I think let's go around. Let's talk about like our some of our favorite moments of the podcast of the year. I just want to say like number one, I think we can all agree probably the greatest moment recorded on our show was when Tar beat Antlers like completely unexpectedly.
You're just
I've
saying
never
that 'cause
known
it
such
happened
catharsis.
recently and it's still kind of fresh in your mind.
Well, it's the fact that you beat like a ridiculously hard stage on camera.
True. Well, I mean,
Like
that goes for all of the other World 10 stages that I've beaten by this point.
yeah, but like
Seriously.
but that was so a lot of the other World 10 stages like you had already practiced on quite a bit. Like even like with Smile when you came on, it's like you were working on Smile before you came onto the
True.
cast.
I grind with
Antlers
that
was-
bitch.
Antlers was someone that you just grinded on cast and like you just beat. Like that was impressive.
Yeah, we were there for the journey and for the catharsis.
Like,
I have to admit that I have no idea what happens on this show.
Me
I'm
neither.
on it like most weeks lately, and I have no idea what happens on it. Like I'll just go
It's
back to
just
an
kind of a
older episode and be
blur.
like,
Like you blink once, and suddenly it's an hour and a half later, and you find yourself talking about, I don't know, monkey Bitcoin.
right. That's exactly what it's like.
I mean, you've said before that like you'll someone will tell you about something like in the episode or like whatever, and it's like be like, I said that.
That's yeah,
Like,
completely. I think I
yeah.
enter like some other kind of state, some kind of ultimate bros in a landfill state. And anything said in that time is like I can't be held accountable for.
It's like a podcast werewolf.
Exactly. Yeah, there's an intense physical transformation that you guys just don't get to see.
Well,
Yeah.
I
That's about
mean,
it.
we
Yeah.
could just turn on our cameras, but that doesn't do anything for the audience.
Uh, no, we'll
It's a
just
pretty
record Lunch's
terrifying
camera.
sight. You don't want to. I don't know if you want to see my podcast transformation.
Oh, now
Yeah,
I'm
he goes
intrigued.
he
You know,
goes full soy boy.
Oh,
I have
well, now I'm not intrigued anymore.
That's like the, the opposite of a werewolf transformation.
The polar
you know that
opposite.
you know that one version of like the Chad like virgin like meme or whatever where it's like it's like the guy with his like mouth open like and then you have like the really like handsome Squidward Chad guy
Yeah,
like
yeah,
next
yeah.
to him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah,
fan
like
versus
that's the
enjoyer.
transformation. Like it's like before Lunch starts recording, he's like the really handsome Chad guy on the right, and then he hits the record button and he turns into the like
The virgin
synth virgin guy on the
podcaster,
left
yeah.
with his that's like reading online.
Pretty
Right, right. I
much.
know.
Like that's what happens.
Well,
Well,
that's
I
that's
enjoyed
exactly how
getting
it
to
goes.
talk about Monster Prod. I'm not on like the show proper very often. I'm just their fucking monkey slave.
Don't say that. It's gonna get us canceled. Unless if that's what you want.
Well, if we get canceled, we'll at least briefly become way more well known than we ever were.
You know, we probably get like 100,000 more subscribers just from being canceled.
Getting canceled
which
is only
really
a net
weird.
positive at this point.
Yeah.
Because like our 5 viewers are not enough to cancel us. We would have to get bigger to be
Exactly.
canceled. And then
Oh, then
some
we have, like-
people
we have,
who
like,
just
a-
like hate the system would stay and watch us out of spite.
Oh, then you'd have the other group of people that are like hate watching us, waiting to like clip us to like further cancel us in the future.
Right, which means more clicks, more engagement.
Yeah.
That's great.
I see what
I
you
see
plan
no
to do there.
drawback for this.
Yeah, as long as we don't say something that gets YouTube to shut down the channel. Like we just gotta ride that fine line.
But
Sure.
how?
Well, I think monkey slaves might be a
You
bit
thought
over
this
the
was
fine
going to be
line.
a 2020 remembrance podcast, but no, we're just scheming over here.
So I think the biggest like real change from last year was us like moving to doing Let's Plays every other week instead of doing a weekly podcast. And I think that's really been good for us.
Yeah, monkey ball
True.
has been good for our health. Mentally?
I think well it's not just like the monkey ball. I think it's just doing a podcast every week when there's first off so much going on in the world. It's kind of like rough when we don't like have a specific focus of like, oh yes, we talk about this stuff. It's like nerd culture is kind of random. We're kind of like a comedy podcast, and we can do a lot of our commentary just while playing games at the same time.
Yeah, well, I
Especially
think
on
our personalities
half of
bouncing
our-
off each other is a lot of fun, and I think a video game is a good prompt, inciting incident. I'm already out of synonyms.
Well, I think it helps that we tend to get slightly more views on our Let's Plays than our podcast, especially on a Monkey Ball episodes.
Sure, though I think our podcast topics are pretty vague. There's like 7 different things in there for 2 hours. So it's like you don't really know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Um,
But hey, a lot of backlog for people to go back and watch when we finally get canceled.
exactly. Yeah, that's
Man,
the
that watch
tactic
time is
here.
just gonna go whoosh stonks.
The thing is, like,
Oh, Nelly.
I wonder how much cancelable stuff there is in these episodes. Because we've recorded so many of them, there's got to be
Well, I mean,
there's
we've
got to be
talked about
something,
monkey Bitcoin so often.
Yeah.
which is as a
I mean,
concept is pretty.
I mean, it doesn't help that like social sensibilities change so much, like even like within a month, that like maybe like next month, like something we said like a year ago is suddenly gonna be like the most offensive thing, and everybody who said that is gonna get like canceled again.
I love the preemptive defense that's coming out right now. Now you're thinking like someone who's gonna get canceled.
Yeah, I've already got my apology video wrote.
All right.
Does it start with you adjusting the camera and sighing?
Yes,
yes.
Excellent.
I've actually got like the stage direction written in the script.
Awesome.
That's awesome. It like sounds of you like adjusting the camera and squinting your eyes, and you're like sighs deeply.
I like that you caught Trybien stuttering in there.
Damn it.
It's in the nuances, you know. It's all in the nuances.
Yeah.
You
Wouldn't
think
be a
you're
Trybien
immune,
video with-
Trybien.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Trybien video without like 2 hours of stuttering. And then like clinking my water bottle or my teacup like on my table and the microphone picking that up and me not clean that out of the audio because it's in the middle of me saying something.
And then blaming the extra noise on a toxic
On
internet
me?
Birds.
culture.
Oh no, on birds.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck birds.
Because yeah, I think if there is number one villains of 2020, I am sure Lunch's nomination is birds.
Yeah, well, I I forgot that I had that I went on a tirade against birds, and that clicked on one of our videos. And I was like, yeah, okay, fuck these guys. This is what I'm talking about. I have no idea what happens on the show. What's our topic? We're talking about things that were good from 2020?
Well,
that was what we were supposed to talk about, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're certainly not anymore.
It was a faux pas because the joke is 2020 was an awful year.
Oh, I get it.
It's irony. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have good things I can talk about that happened during 2020. Given that
So do
like I'm
I.
a shut-in neat, since I'm a shut-in neat and being locked in home and like just like not going out much was something I already did, eating out instead
I think
of
I
going out
remember
to eat.
saying on a podcast episode, like, at the start of the whole panic over this whole virus, nothing but good for me.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Like,
I mean,
if I-
you're like a
Oh dear. Oh dear.
we're already like
Oh,
a
excuse me.
recreational quarantiner. So nothing has changed.
Like and even for me, like my Amazon stocks went up. I had like a few months without a job, which meant I could just sit around and play video games while collecting unemployment because the government was doing that.
Of course.
And then I got a new job that's like it pays well. Like I haven't been able to do much in the job yet just because I joined when like holidays were starting. But it's a new experience. So that's good.
I was actually meaning to ask how your new job's going, but it seems like you're
Yeah.
settling in okay.
Yeah, I haven't had anything bad to say about it. It's just things have just been slow because of holidays, managers being out and stuff. The department I work in is kind of more of like a sort of a more DevOpsy, help desky sort of job. So there's a good amount of work that I do that's reliant on other people needing help.
True.
So if people are out of the office, that means that I don't have as much coming in to work on. Vice versa, things I already have working on are a bit slower because I'm waiting on feedback.
Oh, so it is a time of relative peace.
Yes, it is. This has probably been some of the most peaceful time outside of like planning moves and stuff.
Planning moves.
Planning
Planning
Oh, no,
moves
I'm-
is peaceful.
planning moves is peaceful?
I That's the yeah the. I mean, I'm just it's not a long move. It's like I'm gonna be moving back into my parents after my lease is up just
Wow,
for multiple
nerd.
reasons. I'm a nerd and I'm proud of it.
That's so mean.
No, it's just a temporary arrangement until like we can figure out how to get me over to England with Helen.
Oh,
But
you're leaving You're leaving me.
I'm leaving you. I'm sorry. I've got to join the crowd of people in the future, like the New Zealander lunch.
Right, what do you mean you're leaving it? You guys are nowhere near each other. Your country
Well,
is
we're
just
still
like
at least in the
as
same
big as the
country,
Earth,
my
and it's
guy.
like, but all has the same name.
Yeah. We gotta get you in somewhere in Europe, Tar. So it's like you're further out in time of me than me.
Can you get me into Switzerland?
Go yeah. Well, how about you move to Switzerland and then like we can like party like whenever like borders are open. You get like you can eat all the Swiss cheese you want.
I
Swiss
don't
ice
see-
cream, you mean?
I wish I could just smuggle you guys into my country somehow.
Yeah.
You and your disease, because things are.
I'm clean, just saying.
Huh?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I'm clean.
Right, because you were
I'm
already
cool.
quarantined before quarantine
Yeah.
began.
Yeah,
Got
like
it.
he will literally move. He will like literally like be inside do like the up thing. Like he'll just like tie balloons into like a house or apartment, just like fly over there so he doesn't have to interact with people.
That's a fucking whimsical visual.
Yeah.
But no, like, okay, speaking about 2020 a little bit more, like, I really got off easy in New Zealand because, like, our initial quarantine didn't last that long. It was, like, a couple of months, and, like, a few months, I think. And
Mhm.
after that, we were good, and then things pretty much went
Yeah.
back to normal and basically stayed that way. Like, for me, quarantine is a fairly distant memory, and the fact that some people are still in quarantine and like haven't seen
Yeah.
their family
I mean,
since early this year is like early last
I
year
mean,
is insane.
I mean, yeah. I mean, England went back into T4 lockdowns because of the new strain that hit.
Yeah, they kind of look. It seems like they've been sort of all over the place with their lockdowns.
Um, it's interesting trying to compare England to something like the United States. Just like similar reasons why it's weird comparing like New Zealand to the United States. For different reasons, but like given that it's such a smaller country, like you have a much better sample size of how the virus is affecting New Zealand. Where with the United States, like you could pick like maybe like 5 different cities in the United States and it's a completely different story.
Sure. Well, they all like acted differently too, right? Or like different states acted
Yeah.
different, had different
Yeah.
restrictions. So like, yeah, these places are sort of connected in name only.
Yeah, and then add in the like how like politics has effect. I really think the virus hitting during an election year was probably the worst thing.
That sucks,
because
dude.
because like not like it was going to be political anyways, but like it became even more political because it was during like probably like the most
Isn't this
one of
the
the most political
exact
times
same discussion we had on that one episode of 651 we didn't upload because it was bad?
Yeah.
All right, but
Yeah.
but this is a 2020 episode. We could go in a little bit. We can go in a little.
Yeah, we don't want to sully your majestic monkey ball playing with political discussions.
Yeah, we're not ruining monkey ball with political discussion. We're ruining political discussion with political discussion. So
Yeah.
That's
we're
okay. No one watches the official podcast anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. We can say whatever we want here. This is the
We can say whatever
we
we
won't
want.
even get canceled at this point. Anyway, my point was that 2020 was actually not so bad for me. Even within
Yeah,
the
me
quarantine, and like for the world as a whole, like obviously it sucks. There's so much. I mean, first of all, fucking death and loss, and there are people. So many people couldn't do the things that make them happy. People lost their jobs, and there's just all these different like cultural moments that were terrible, but exacerbated by the fact that everybody's stuck inside. That all sucks.
Everybody's stuck inside, slowly losing their grasp on reality, as like they had no contact with friends and family, lost their jobs. Everything was like not knowing when you're gonna get food or be able to pay rent.
Right. But
Like, it's like
freaking live with my best friends. And so like when we were in quarantine, my favorite people were still like right
Yeah.
there. In fact, I couldn't get fucking away from them. Um, and
for
then it was
better and
over.
for worse.
Yeah, and like granted, there is a like I think it does create a little bit of tension, especially because like okay, so like I live with my best friends, but we also are working on a video game together. So we're friends, we're flatmates, and we're workmates, and so like it's a little bit weird to navigate sometimes. But generally, I can't even imagine if I was stuck in quarantine alone or with like someone that I don't get along with for all this time.
Yeah.
It would suck.
Or even just like regular family, you know,
Yeah,
like because
that would be stressful.
there's a very different dynamic with family as opposed to like friends or even a partner or just even yourself, really.
Yeah.
Like
No, I'm really glad I don't live with family currently, which is nothing against my family, but like I don't know, as an adult you kind of or even as a teenager, you start to want more of your own space and little arrangement. And it can get tense being with family members for an extended period of
as,
time.
as long as I have a room with my computer and my PlayStation, I'm happy.
Oh yeah, well,
True.
there's an escape right there.
But I think also like even like someone with in your position, considering you're like more of the artsy type. I mean, you're working on a game like game studio with your friends. It's a weird dynamic to be with family because there's a weird sense of social expectation.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
know
true.
this is something that Helen's been dealing with because Helen's more of the artsy type. She's writing her own story. She's done like voice acting and singing.
Hmm.
And but whenever like we're around with family and like they ask about like getting like if she has a job or something, it's very awkward because they don't understand. We always joke that like taking care of me is a full-time job because let's be real, it is. Like I'm just gonna let things pile up. I'm gonna forget about everything. I'm probably gonna be like either eating out every other day or just not buying groceries when I need to. Like
Yeah,
I just get too
I've been
I
ordering
get too
far
I'm
more
resonating
a little
bit
pizza
too
than
hard.
I am proud to admit.
like but at least for me it's like I can like kind of work a normal job. So like I don't have that weird like awkwardness with my family in that sense that like hell like someone like Helen or even like you would have to deal with. Which and I think I've said this. I don't know if I said this on recording or just said this to you like outside, but it's like I think it's due because like art is like very important to society. Like artists are like something that should be valued.
I agree, partially because that's convenient for me, but I agree.
Oh, I wish I did art fast enough to consider myself an artist.
Monkey ball is an art.
True.
I mean, have you seen that replay of you playing frames or whatever it was called again? Window frames,
Picture frames.
picture frames. Yeah,
Helen
dude,
put that up.
no, Helen doesn't. We maybe, if this was a let's play, maybe
She's off the
I
clock.
might talk.
Okay.
Sorry, Helen.
Sorry, Helen.
Anyways, moving on to like another topic. So something that Lunch does every year, is he does these things called game awards. So make sure you go and check out his channel. He talks about the games he played in a year.
Thank you for the plug.
uh,
Next time, plug in the first minute, but thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the topic we're moving on to like a topic about media, like
Well,
about
I mean,
like
we couldn't really
media
do
that came
that
out
in the
this year.
first minute.
Yeah. But now obviously Lunch isn't going to spoil his awards from that year. You should really watch that video when it comes out. But I just want to open the discussion up about like media that came out over the year or stuff that we played. Like highlights, moments. Like I know Tar played a lot of Monkey Ball. We all know that. We shared those glorious moments with him. But he's not the only person.
Oh,
He's not the only person that who's played hard stuff. I'm casually leaning into the fact that I I beat the hardest boss in Kingdom Hearts 2, Lingering Will, and I'll post that video in the description. It's unlisted, but
All right,
like,
look, I'm not taking
Oh,
away from
another-
your achievement at all. I'm not talking shit.
Okay.
But lingering will doesn't sound like that powerful of an enemy. It sounds like
Yeah.
some force that's kind of trying.
I mean, it's the hardest boss in the game, and I played it on the hardest difficulty. Fun fact: did you know that in Kingdom Hearts 2, the difficulty goes like normal, it goes easy, normal, proud, and critical. Critical presumably being the hardest difficulty. Yeah, no, that's actually like not the hardest difficulty, because even though like you take more damage, the damage output is higher. So as long as you're dodging enemies, like you're okay.
Okay.
So I beat the game on proud mode, which fun fact, if you play it on proud mode, you have to do even more stuff than critical mode to get this secret ending.
Fun.
I was about to say something jokingly in relation to a white supremacist group, and then I thought I don't actually really want to get canceled.
That's not. The white supremacist group, the Lingering Wills of the old
I don't
Republic.
know. The lingering wills of the old republic. I can we start that white supremacist group? Are we allowed?
I don't know if I'm
Are
white
you
enough.
allowed?
Fuck.
Oh my god!
I'm as white as I am brown. All right.
Yeah, let's go.
I can pick whatever side I like.
Lunches are token minority.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
here.
I
I'm a
hate
prop. I'm a prop, so you
Yeah.
guys can say whatever you like. Are we part of the alt-right pipeline now? What are we doing?
I hope.
I think we always have been.
These key words are gonna get
I
us
blame
destroyed.
Try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty white.
Yeah. I
For
mean,
playing Kingdom Hearts
yeah.
on Proud Boy mode.
yeah. God damn it! Look.
Monkey bitch.
Jesus,
I'll
design,
do it.
there are
everybody.
other modes.
Oh,
Why'd you play it on the
all
one
I-
racist mode?
all I'm doing is standing back and I'm prepared, or however that fucking that quote goes.
He's standing by.
Like I'm just standing by with keyblade in hand.
Proud
like-
Boys, stand back and stand by with keyblades at the ready. Your time will
but
come
anyways,
to defeat the
what I was
darkness.
gonna say.
And the
So
nobodies.
I didn't tell Lunchentari like the full story about like me being the lingering will, but it was what made it actually nuts was that was my second time playing or
Oh.
beating that boss.
Oh.
When I first beat the boss, like my mind's like, okay, I gotta go, I gotta clip this, I gotta save this. In the process of doing that, I quit the application without saving.
You motherfucker.
And it
You
like
idiot.
and I still have the clip saved on my PS4. Like the first time I beat it was like actually quite legit. Like I had like good luck with what the attacks he was using, like because he has this whole range of like move sets, some easier to dodge and answer to and whatnot. I completely annihilated him. I was top of my game. I beat it after like a day's worth of like beating the boss, and then I lost my save from the reason I told you.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, shit, well, it's getting late. No, I have to beat this boss or I'm not going to sleep. So like another hour or two goes by, me hammering at it. Helen's like, this is getting too late. You have to finish up. I'm like, fine, one more time. And I was like, you can hold it to me one more time. If I don't beat it, I'll just give up for now. I get like the most unlucky run I could have possibly imagined. Like it's the run that shouldn't have won. Like I had no business surviving that fight. Like it was using its bullshit like homing projectile things like early on, which is responsible for more than one of my deaths. It used this godforsaken arrow move. So it does this. So the extra bosses in Kingdom Hearts 1, which is the final in Kingdom Hearts 1.5, it's the final mix. It's the final boss of Kingdom Hearts 2 is the extra boss and like super hard extra boss in Kingdom Hearts 1.5. He has the same attack, which essentially it's a curse attack. So in Kingdom Hearts 2, Lingering Will hit you with an arrow. Like he shoots it 3 times, and it can hit you 3 times with it. And when you get in curse state, your command window gets all fucky, and it has like things like I think it's like escape or fail, and
Ah.
you have the key like running like bouncing around like really rapidly. The more HP you have, the faster it goes, and your HP drains slowly and it slows down. But if you hit fail, you lose a massive amount of HP. So to escape, you have to hit escape precisely.
So he puts like trap
I-
buttons in your menu that will
pretty much,
make
yes.
you take damage.
Yes, and
Whoa, that's
it is the most
weird.
It is the most bullshit attack because it's really hard to miss because he teleports around this. Like he'll shoot one, teleport, shoot another, teleport, shoot another, and it's not too hard missing the first one if you catch the frames when he's doing the attack. But if you fuck up the input, like the dodge, or you don't see where he teleports again, it's very easy to get caught in that loop.
Shit.
And I lost him far too many times from that. In the run that I won, I got like hit by that thing 5 times and I somehow survived.
And yet, your pride won out against all odds.
Yes, exactly. But that's not even it. So like, and then the other thing is like after you, I think it like about halfway through, he goes into like this berserk state, where every so often he'll like go berserk and he'll just massive damage combo you, which isn't too bad if you have like the second chance and one more. Like the skills that let you basically survive with 1 HP for a certain amount of hits.
Mm-hmm.
But like the way one of the ways to get around that is to time your heals to get the invisibility frames and to or to transform into one of your transformations to get the invincibility frames. Plus, it's a free HP and MP refill. So I'm going. I survived the first one perfectly and whatnot. There's another bullshit attack he has other than the curse, which is if he hits you with it, he can either lock you out of your magic attacks or lock you out of your physical attacks. Now, the bad thing about locking out of your physical attacks is that it's actually a lot harder to break the curse because you have to do a certain amount of damage with him. You have to do a bunch of magic damage on him to get your physical attacks back.
It's probably a bit more awkward.
But at least you can still heal. If he blocks your magic attacks, you can't heal. Like the only way you can heal is by using a dry form, like transforming. And he does that. He hits me with the magic attack block, like before going into the berserk state. So I am in this position where I can't use my magic to heal myself. Donald is dead, so I don't even. It doesn't pretty.
Donald
I don't have much drive.
Dead.
Donald. Plus I don't have. So Donald can't heal me because Donald's the other guy with heals. Goofy used up all of his potions already, so like I'm kind of fucked if like I get like down to 1 HP again. And I only had 3 drive, which isn't enough to go into final form or limit form, which are the high damage outputting ones that still have dodges. So I'm stuck with Valor form, which has no dodge. So I'm left with this choice: do I see if I can survive this thing or not? I decided to do some crazy tech. I've got 1 HP. I'm in the stupid long combo. I transform into Valor form, which is completely useless in this fight, but it gave me the free HP MP recharge, and it somehow let me survive long enough to be able to deal the final blows.
Dude, I mean, like, so would you say that's your number one epic gamer moment of 2020?
I think that's my number one epic gaming moment of like the decade, like ever.
Well, the decade just started.
The decade just started.
I know. Shit. Fuck. I can't count. Okay.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Guys, you know what else came out in 2020?
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
Oh shit! I haven't played that game.
Tell us about Fall Guys because I haven't had a chance to play that either.
So I've heard it described as it's a battle royale, but of all of the Mario Party mini games that are most guaranteed to ruin friendships.
Whoa!
Excellent.
That sounds
actually,
terrible.
Season 3 of Fall Guys just started up, and I've been having a lot of fun with Season 3. They've done some really good new games, and also Thin Ice exists.
I've actually heard good things about season 2. Like from what I heard, that's like, oh, people fell off of like season 1 and stuff, and they were like, I'm done with this game. And then season 2 comes around, and they're like, oh my god, this is so much better.
Hey, real
Season
quick.
2. Season 2 is okay. I like season 3 a lot more.
Oh, I guess season 3. Oh no, it's season 3 that I'm thinking of. That's season 2. You're right.
Okay.
Hey, what
You're right.
system is this game on again? Just PlayStation or
Everything.
everything?
It's
No, it's-
on. Wait, did it come to Xbox?
I don't know. It's on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's on.
it's
I got
we
it
don't
on
know, cool.
Steam.
it's on Steam and PlayStation.
I know it's on
like-
PS4 if you have PS Plus. I don't know about anything else.
I think the PS Plus was only for like October or something. If you don't have PS Plus now, it's like you can't get it.
Damn.
Oh,
I only just got my PlayStation.
Like, 'cause
recently.
well, that's unfortunate.
But you can still buy it on PS Plus, or PlayStation. You need PS Plus to play it online as well. So if you don't have PS Plus launch, oops.
Sure.
But also we wouldn't be able to play with Tar on PlayStation, and that was no fun because there's no crossplay.
Yeah.
Maybe
I need
one day
to
I'll get on
buy it for
PlayStation
you
because
guys.
it looks like
it's
fun.
like $20. It is fun.
Like I don't know, it looks like it's
I
got
think
appealing
it'd be especially-
graphics. It looks like it's fun in a very simple way,
It's
and
cute
like
jelly bean game.
it's
And
it's
you know,
easy-
there's races that are like kind of like Monkey Ball if you squint at it really hard.
Oh hell yeah!
It's Monkey Ball for the new generation.
True. Monkey Ball
But,
Battle Royale. There actually was like a sideshow for some time that was like just the races.
Hmm.
And that was sick.
No, but I definitely want to be able to like do an episode with you guys with that. That'd be fun.
I
I
feel
can't
like
wait
I'm-
to show
I,
you guys
uh,
my watermelon bean.
I'd love to like get into it
As-
just because like I missed the initial zeitgeist and it looked cool. Like because I finally tried Among Us like a few weeks ago.
Yep, I got into that game over 2020.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, this game's actually brilliant. And I thought maybe it was just a bunch of hot air. And I played. I was like, this is sick. So I'm gonna trust whatever the masses are into.
Yeah. So like I guess this is the point where I say like the worst part of 2020 was when Among Us won the mobile game of the year.
Oh god
at the
damn
Game
it!
Awards,
Is this
'cause-
gonna be about SpongeBob Krabby Patty Adventures or some shit?
Because you see, Among Us, the PC version came out in 2020. Yes. It's been out on mobile for 2 years, and there's been a ton of games that came out this year. There's been some good gacha games. I'm gonna try not to talk about Genshin Impact this episode
I
because
was
that
gonna
would just
say,
be the
shut up
entire
about your
episode.
gotcha waifus.
But like, do you know what game? Clearly, the best game of 2020, as voted by members of the Google Play community, that was surprisingly missing from the
nominees.
Game Awards. I truly believe that if Among Us wasn't there, where it did not rightfully deserve as a mobile game, like it deserved to be in the other things for the PC version. Obviously, I'm not saying it had no place in the Game Awards. It's a very influential game this year, but as a mobile game, it did not deserve to be there. What deserved to be there and what deserved to win with SpongeBob SquarePants is Krusty Cook-Off, which was the
Okay.
Player's Choice Award and the Google Play 2020 awards.
Are we really doing this?
And
Is this really-
as we know,
Is this the
and-
point of
and as
contention?
we know-
We're dying on this hill.
and as we know, the Google Play User Choice Awards is the definitive metric of what are the best mobile
Oh my
games
god!
released
Shut up.
in any
Oh my
in any
God.
year.
Trybien, shut the fuck up.
Look, I don't know what the actual rules are, and you may have some kind of point.
Also-
but first of all,
Trybien,
No,
fuck the Krusty Krab.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm
I also have
sorry
to-
to be quoted saying that. I know people take me out of context and use it to destroy my career, but fuck the Krusty Krab. The Among Us only really kicked off this year, and so like
Also, the mobile version sucks. Like, especially if you're playing with randos and you're not doing voice chat, trying to actually type in the chat while you're like on mobile is the worst experience. That's the only reason why I don't play Among Us.
I will say it
like,
is
on my
pretty
phone.
terrible. Because
Like,
$5 on Steam. All I'm
everyone's
saying.
cheating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I ended up getting the Steam version.
Yeah, like I need to get the Steam version because I want to play more of it, but I refuse to play the mobile version just because of that. Like I've had too many times where like I'm trying to like talk with people like in the chat, like trying to figure stuff out, and like people are like the chat's going by really fast, and like I'm trying to type in stuff on my fucking phone.
And then one
because
person says orange sus, and then everyone votes orange.
Exactly, because you got people playing on the computer because it's crossplay. So like I'm trying to keep up with people typing on keyboards while I'm trying to type on a fucking mobile keyboard and get whatever like nonsensical presses I get
I'm
out
not
of
gonna
it.
argue that like the phone version is a super great, epic, dope, sick, epic 2020 way to play it. But it is a way that resonated and that people fucking. It,
It only got popular
Fucking
because of
Krusty
the
Krab!
PC version because like
Sorry, that's
like
what I was trying to say.
like you know the real salt's more about Genshin Impact not winning because oh my god like Genshin Impact has no business like being that good on phone, but like that's beside the point. Like I'm gonna die on the Krusty Krab hill because that's funnier at least. Like
Do it for the culture, Try. Just shut the fuck up about it.
I'm just like
Yeah.
imagining Trybien like with a fucking like spear and a shield standing in front of the Krusty Krab, and he's like got so many knives and forks stuck in him, and like blood bleeding down his face. And
There's
he's
a
like, "This is my
spatula
last stand."
stuck in there somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
That sounds
let's
about right.
not ask where.
That sounds about right. No, though if I were to say the real if without the memes, the real like probably saddest moment for me this year was probably like game wise was the Magic Record North American server shutting down, which we did a whole episode on. Yay!
That's right. One of your
Um,
favorite gotchas got.
Yeah, exactly. But it got me over onto the Japanese server, which had more content, plays a lot better, has better features and stuff. Also, like I started learning a bit of Japanese. I need to finish the Lingo Deer Japanese lessons, but you know, the little bit that I have had has made the experience of playing a Japanese game a lot more tolerable. Like I'm not as confused as I would be.
So, like, how
And,
much
you
have you
know,
learned?
I've got
like,
not a lot. It's like I'm like pre-beginner.
so you
But
haven't
it's
begun?
enough. It's well, yes. Like I'm like I think I'm halfway through like the first course on Lingo Deer, which is like the first level of Japanese.
Yeah, well, that's not so bad. That's a lot further than I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah, but like it's mainly just so I could be like familiar enough with the like the grammar structure and certain familiar words so that when I'm using like the Google Translate overlay app, I'm not like completely confused.
Well, it's foundational stuff, you know. That's good.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, my knowledge of
And
Japanese stops at Kamehameha, so I'm happy
I
for
mean,
you.
but New Zealand is so close to Japan, you have no excuse.
Hmm.
You should practically like speaking Japanese from like all the knowledge flowing in the air from there.
Yeah, that's how that works. Japanese not like they just pump so many chemicals into the air, and then they just like they waft over New Zealand, and suddenly we can all speak Japanese and eat with chopsticks.
Basically. Exactly. That's how it works. You've got like you're like eating ramen every day.
Well, that part's true. That part's actual, genuine, undeniable fact.
Yeah.
Been checking some fried eggs in my noodles. That's pretty dope.
Dude, I used to like make like I used to like take like those like instant ramens that like you throw in like a pan, put like boiling water, and I just like throw like a bunch of like veg and like shit in there. It was great.
Yeah, man.
I'd watch anime with it.
That's been my jam lately.
Y'all are weebs.
Well,
we are.
But
at least we don't play monkey ball.
I've genuinely been buying the basic.
True, I'm the lowest scum of the earth.
I've been buying the basic house white people noodles lately because I don't want so much grease on my throat because I'm a narcissist and I don't want the sound of my voice being fucked with.
I mean,
No,
that's
also
it's
uncomfortable.
No, it's mainly because you want to be able to keep your white card nice and clean from all like this Japanese stuff.
Yeah, my white
like
card.
you know what like the last thing I'm gonna do is to go into like a Proud Boys meeting and like be like slurping ramen.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta
I'm
be
done with
slurping
this
burgers.
episode.
Can we edit out the entire
Anyway,
episode?
Yeah,
yes, please. Can we edit out 2020?
I would love
yeah.
to do that.
Um. Anyways, I just wanted to like if Lunch had like any like
Epic gamer moments?
media moments from
Media moments.
well, like any like gamer or media moment. Like as I don't want I don't want to take away anything that you would like talk about on your
yeah,
your
I do have my awards
lunchies.
video. I have the lunchies, as Dank referred
Yeah.
to it. I will say that one thing I really liked this year was the Mandalorian. I forgot that show was so cool, and like I caught up a bit late and got spoiled on a bunch of shit, which sucks. But like that show was so delightful. It always like it's really badass, but also really funny and delightful at the same time. Like I can't think of like an action show that makes me smile as much. It's really cool, and also like have you guys seen The Mandalorian season 2?
No,
No, I wish I was more into Star Wars. I'll leave it at that.
There's just like there's a Star Wars character who has a New Zealand actor, and it makes me so happy to see that, like to see like a Maori dude with a Maori accent who's just a huge Star Wars character. I was like, that's so dope. Cause yeah, we're not in
So
like I mean, I don't really have a Maori accent, but like, that's like home to me, and that's what like a lot of people here sound like, and it's not a thing I really see in media very often. I guess because New Zealand's small and it's like a minority group, but like the closest thing we get is like a fucking rock monster in Thor, which is great. He's a great character, but he's also a giant rock monster. It's cool to have actual people as well.
Well, it doesn't seem like New Zealand has much of a big like filming scene, like movie scene over there as well. So you're not like the actors you do like New Zealand actors you did get are the ones that like went to Hollywood and stuff rather than like having like these homegrown
I think
talents.
generally, yeah. So yeah, like I've just grown up with American media my whole life. I mean, that's why I sound American, because I don't go outside and do stuff.
Because you're a fucking
Because I'm a
weeb.
fucking noodle slurping dirty weeb. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I love the Mandalorian specifically because of that one aspect, but it's just a thing I want to talk about because it's cool. I'm like, yes, it's a real homegrown Kiwi in Star Wars. Sick.
I'm just imagining like an actual Kiwi bird like within Star Wars, just like with a lightsaber.
Does he hold it in his beak?
Yeah.
of course he has to.
Okay, cool. I thought maybe Try was misunderstanding it and thought that that Kiwis had human arms and hands.
Or like maybe the Kiwi can use the Force.
Yeah, that actually works. Like he lifts up one foot, and that's sick. I gotta draw.
I think
Just
he'd find
impales
it
you with a
very hard
lightsaber.
to balance.
Oh, but like he uses the Force to maintain his balance.
Oh, of
No, I think it's
course.
better if he just accidentally falls over.
It's like you get impaled with it while it's falling over.
Oh man, I don't know. It's kind of a hapless bird, right? I mean, like, it's not a fucking fearsome warrior. This is such a rambling episode. I'm quite enjoying it.
Anyways, I just wanted to finish things off by like, what's the most 2020 moment or thing that you can remember from 2020? Because I've got mine. I just wanna go around and see what you guys think. What's like, if there's one thing that happened in the world or media wise that you can think can sum up 2020 for you, just lay it out.
So remember
Summing
back in
up
September
you go.
when all of Colorado was just on fire, and then we were gonna have a cold snap coming in, and I was hoping that it would, put out the state, but no, the cold snap just slid right through the middle of the state, and the
Oh,
edges were still fucking burning.
Fuck.
yeah.
That's perfect. A perfect encapsulation.
That is,
And that
I am
sucks.
amazed.
Because of course. When else would that happen?
Like that is pretty 2020.
Hang on, hang on. I can find a picture of it. There it is.
Oh gosh.
Helen, wait.
There we go.
Try, put this on.
Oh fine. I'll put it on. I don't have a choice, do I?
Man, that's upsetting.
This is what this is what you get for playing Monkey Ball.
Why?
Well, you're blaming
I don't
this on
know.
a monster? That's not cool.
No, that's not cool. This is
I'm
serious
about
stuff.
to become the Super Monkey Ball guru, and this is how you're respecting me?
Well, I mean, it's the trials and tribulations of being between two pieces of fire while being covered in ice.
Pieces of fire? What the
I don't know. I'm not making sense because I can't English. Too much
Yeah,
Japanese.
he's converting. For me, like 2020 moments have been hard to pin down just because, like, again, for me, the year wasn't as
Your
bad as
2020
it
wasn't
was.
horrible.
Yeah, mine wasn't horrible. So for me, like, I think of, like, it still was really scary for a moment there because, like, we didn't know that our lockdown was going to go so well. We didn't know how long this whole thing would be, for here or the world. So, like, I think some of the most memorable stuff that I'll associate with this year was, like, the initial kind of panic phase where, like, so this is kind of cheating, but one would probably be, like, going to the supermarket and they're like, and not being able to buy bread, not being able to buy meat, and being like, what the like, seeing it, like, it really felt like an apocalypse movie or something, and everyone was freaking out. And then, like, the second thing, which is probably the big thing, was watching the prime minister address a nation, saying like, hey, we're fucking, everybody's going inside. In 2 days, get your shit sorted. And you, like, everything's shutting down. It was just like the gravitas of that video, and everybody, like, in the country watching at the same time was just like, oh my god, it's happening. Like, our status quo that we've relied on, that felt unchangeable, is like, it's fucked. It's like, oh, I guess a virus can just take over the world and, like, kill everybody, and we have to go inside. Like, it was kind of a weird reminder that, like, I don't know, these things that feel eternal are not, and society can break down from a thing that's nobody's fault. I don't know. It was quite a weird, humbling moment, and, like, weirdly exciting as well, because it was like, oh, this is, like, kind of world history that I'm experiencing right now, but also it's terrible and scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad I managed to spend it with people that I care about a lot. But that was probably the most 2020 thing to me.
Yeah. That's it. I'm glad to hear. God damn it, Tar. Stop. Like, I hate
What the
how right that
Oh my god.
this is just great for an audio only podcast.
Yeah, it's time to do that thing I do when I just tune everything out and just try to throw everything off balance.
Yeah, that sounds right. Anyways, I would say for me the most 2020 moment, the thing that this was something that, like, once I saw it, like, I looked over to Helen, I'm like, this is the most 2020 thing, like I could have possibly seen. So there's this Japanese guy named Kazutaka Kadaka, who is mostly known for his work creating the Danganronpa games.
Sure.
Now I forget exactly when. I think it was a year or so ago. He split off from the company like Spike Chunsoft to make his own studio, and despite it being a game studio, they made an anime this year called Akadama Drive, which is essentially a story about a bunch of superpowered villain, criminals, going up against like superpowered cops.
Okay.
Typical, like, very stylish show, very very Kadaka. The same art director. So as Danganronpa. So it's like it. There are times it looks very Danganronpa, and some other times where it's like not.
Okay, but
But
they're
it
definitely
varies.
not connected.
Yeah, and like kind of like the overarching theme of the show is that every episode is kind of a reference slash framed as like even named as like past famous movie. So it's like look, taking like this old Western movie. When I say Western, I mean like from America, like
Yeah.
this like very like well known or old popular American movie, and writing the episode around that as a kind of a theme. Like there's an episode where they're breaking onto this train that's called the episode's called Mission Impossible.
Okay.
And it's quite literally like this really impossible mission that like the only reason they can get do it is because they're superpowered criminals. Then the final episode aired. I think it either aired on Christmas or the day before Christmas, and we got the translations on Christmas. I don't want to give any spoilers because it was like one of those what the fuck moments that any other year I would have just thought, okay, this is just media. Like it's just a media story, like oh whatever. The way that the story ends, there's a moment in that I was just like, oh my god, like Kodaka had to have written it knowing stuff that has happened this year. Like it was like this really weird Christmas special
Okay.
that was also like this kind of like fucking social commentary about certain events that happened this year.
Well,
Like
it's honestly like it is weird seeing pop culture react to COVID. Like seeing pop stars make
yeah, but
music about like being stuck inside and stuff, or like face
like and it,
masks and like it's
like well it wasn't even specifically COVID related. It's just I mean it was stuff that like you could definitely say was made worse because of COVID, but it wasn't
right. Okay.
spec- um especially I mean like but it's especially because you're like the world of Academic Drive is like this hyper authoritarian military kind of like a military state where the like the police are the judge, juries, and executioners. So there's so it's this weird story of both like these hyper violent police officers up against these like insanely OP criminals. So that's kind of like where the story like it takes a weird turn at the end about like being like a commentary about police violence, even though the story overall was like no this police force needed to exist because these are some pretty fucked up criminals that just make like that like do superpowered murders. It's one of those things that you kind of have to see to believe that like the tone shift at the end is kind of nuts.
Well, I mean, he's a pretty bold creator, that guy.
Oh no, absolutely.
That's pretty interesting. Um,
Oh, if there is one thing I can say about Academic Drive is that it's incredibly bold. It is an incredibly fun, like off the top, over the rails like experience that looks it's it looks like what Danganronpa should look like, kind of like as an anime. Like the V3, like the three anime does look good overall, but it's a very kind of slow and um like I don't know exactly how to say it, but like with like
I was
it's like
imagining
really
that it
take
would
that
look kind of stiff and low budget. I haven't
yeah
seen it, but that's what I
like
would guess.
where Akudama Drive is like stylish as all hell. Like it is like you could probably like take a screenshot of like any like frame in the show and it's like wallpaper material. Like you could like make it into a wallpaper.
Okay, so your epic 2020 summing moment was an episode of an anime where a thing happened that was like super crazy.
Super crazy. That was essentially it's essentially a Christmas special finale about like where like you're taking this tone shift of like this like kind of like glorify in a way the show throughout it like glorifies all this violence.
Right.
And then at the very end it's like oh yes let's and as I said before, if this was at least any other year, I think I just look and be like, oh yeah, this is just a device, a plot device that's used to be able
But
to.
it feels too pointed within
as
the
part of the people.
context of this year.
Yeah, especially as it's capping off the year.
Okay.
Like I think there's no way that Kodaka didn't have this in mind when he was writing it, sort of thing. It's like you wrote this story, you made this conclusion in a year that this stuff happened. It's like you couldn't have like there's a level of choice there that like is being made when you're making these stories.
Well, shit. That's
I I wouldn't say it's the most well written story, but it's absolutely an enjoyable ride that I could probably recommend to anybody that likes fun anime.
all right. Well, there's your takeaway from 2020. Watch whatever the show is called.
Akudama. It's funny. It's like we didn't do the anime episodes this year, like the anime randoms, but there hasn't really been much to say. Like I've watched a lot of anime this year, but like, and there's been good up and down, but like outside of like sequels, it's just been kind of blah. But then Akudama Drive comes at end of the year. It's this crazy ass ride, to top off a crazy ass year, and I don't think I could have asked for anything more.
All right. Well then, I guess we're winding down.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I wanted
does
to
Bros
say
at Landfill
something
ever-
funny
ever
there, but I
rewind
just
it?
didn't have anything.
Oh no, it's okay.
Hey,
Tara's too cultured. Tara's too cultured to watch anime.
Funny how a man that just sits on his ass all day is too cultured for something.
sitting on your ass is a
I mean, I said-
culture.
It's staring at Discord and fucking crying.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I mean that's what I do all day as well.
Shit, dude. That was candid. But hey, 2020 did that to a lot of people. And so, if you're out there and you're spending your days staring at Discord and crying, you're not the only one.
And join our Discord so you can cry with
Cry
us.
with us. Yeah, I mean, like,
Um,
I happen to just have a sort of an upswing in my life this year, but for a lot of people, and probably most people, it wasn't that way. And yeah, I guess don't beat yourself up about it, because like
Right.
just continuing to be here is that's still an accomplishment. Treading water is still good. And hang in there.
Now I would say for just final thoughts, like what are you guys looking forward to in 2020?
That just
21, I
happened.
meant 2021. 2020
I'm
part
looking
2.
for in
well-
2020. I'm looking forward to. I don't know.
Well, okay, there's meant to be a vaccine coming, so like that's pretty fucking cool. I would love it.
I think it was already. Wasn't it like already? I think it was already delivered to my state.
Well,
I
shit.
haven't gone out there. I'm actually getting new glasses soon, so that's
All right,
Dude.
new glasses.
Glasses are
Immunity
cool.
to deadly virus.
Presumably until like the next strain comes out in a few months.
Sure, but like it's undeniably a win. So that's really cool. To get that going. I'm looking forward to not hearing about Trump as much. Oh my god, that was what an exhausting 4 years. I don't even live in America. Just seeing this guy's face all the time. That's cool. Personally, I'm hoping to make some pretty good strides when it comes to my whole game making thing this year. We've got a cool little roadmap lined up that I hope works out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like my life has been going in the direction I want to, for the most part. So if I can keep my trajectory, I think I'll be okay.
Speaking of your game project stuff, like are you allowed to tell us like we should be expecting some like news on the Witch game?
Within the month, I think there should be some news. We're thinking of doing like a devlog of some kind. But yeah, I'll have to talk to the others about a social media plan of mostly just being making stuff. And also like over the Christmas period has been a weird time to work on stuff because everyone's like doing their own thing.
Hell yeah.
But I'll let you know. I'll give Bros in the Landfill the scoop.
Nice.
sick. We love scoops here.
I love scoops.
Especially if it's scoops of ice cream.
True. And this has been Bros in the Landfill.
Signing off.
Hey!
I realize I didn't say that what I'm looking forward to, but I'm looking forward to the friends that I've made along the way.
Shut the fuck up.